High side, is there the high drive? Deep center, go, go, go! We're out of here! We're out of here! Say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A dog pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
Welcome to the Rob Waddell Gymnasium as a packed crowd is in attendance for the championship game of the Pitman Holiday Tournament between the Triton Mustangs and the Pitman Panthers. We've added another fella to our crew for the championship game, Ben Nicholas, running the camera for this evening's festivities. John Hopley on the public address. We've got a good one as the two winners from Friday's games now square off in the championship game. Triton beating Caravel 72-69 in the first round of Friday, and then Pitman beating Paulsboro by double digits. We will stand for the national anthem. Looks like the scoreboard shut off there for a couple of moments as we're getting ready to go here in Triton and Pitman. The culmination of a holiday tournament consisting of the boys and girls teams. Looks like Gloucester was the one who won the girls championship as we checked in for that a couple of hours ago, 43-42, as Triton will get their lineups introduced first, led by head coach Andrew Canizese. The starting five for Triton will be Taylon Walsh at the forward spot. They're running three guards tonight. Their two forwards are Taylon Walsh and Joel Alvarez. And in their three guards, one sophomore, one junior, one senior, Jalen Morris, Mike Rivero, and Kassir Baker. Again, led by Canizese. Triton this year off to a promising start, but after their win against Caravel puts them into full motion for this early going in the 2024-25 season. Andrew Canizese and crew 2-2, 1-0 in the Tri-County Liberty. They lost to Kingsway, beat Cumberland by 20, lost to Haddon Township, and their Caravel Academy win was their first game this year in which they neither won or lost by 10 points or more. For the Pitman Panthers, their starting five this evening will be Hudson Rue at the forward, Elijah Crispin, the nephew of former NBA player Joe Crispin out of the Suns and Lakers. You've got Greg Peterson, the guard, who scored 15 points in the first quarter in their dominant win over Paulsboro. Then you had Mike Fizzicaro at the guard and Aiden Stranahan, who just got introduced. He is the final starting forward for this Pitman team. Pitman boys basketball last year at a 23-8 record. They're 3-1 to start the year. Both of these teams 1-0 in their respective Tri-County games. They beat Overbrook and Wildwood on the road. They lost to Eastern on the road. This Holiday Classic is their first home series of the year, as they faced off against Paulsboro, won by a big margin, 71-46, and they play Triton right here, right now, The music of the Alan Parsons Project rings throughout the Rob Waddell Gymnasium as we're ready to go. Pitman on the left side of your screen in the black jerseys with orange accents and white accents, and Triton on the right side of your screen with the white jerseys and the blue and red accents. Should be a fun one here. Again, Dan Wilkins with Ben Nicholas and Vincent Folkt here on the crew this evening from a jam-packed Rob Waddell Gym on this Monday night as we get ready to ring in the new year with 32 minutes of Tri-County Conference basketball here during the holiday season. Hudson Rue under the tip for the Panthers. And the guard, Kassir Baker, under it for the Mustangs. Rue gets a head start, and Elijah Crispin takes it near the Pitman bench to start this ball game. Crispin taking it himself, feeding it to Rue with pressure from the backside. Ball gets bounced off of a Triton player. He rolls over it, goes back to Stranahan, and it's Crispin. Pump fakes, moves inside. Crispin off the right hand and in. Elijah Crispin gets the scoring started on the first play. Crispin on Friday versus Paulsboro had 27 points, 6 boards, 5 rebounds in a game where Pitman knocked down 13 three-pointers. 4 of them from Greg Peterson. Elijah Crispin also contributed with 4 three-pointers of his own. Mike Fizzacaro had 3. Aiden Stranahan and Parker DeChristopher had 1 apiece, but a team-best 13 three-pointers in that Friday opening round game. Triton launches a 3. That's off the mark. Second chance for Baker, misses. The rebound by the senior, Greg Peterson. This Pitman team led by 5 seniors on the floor. Crispin pump fakes, moves inside again. From 3, no good. Rebound brought down by Morris. The sophomore guard Morris, also a star on the gridiron for Dominic Tomeo and his Triton Mustangs. Kassir Baker through traffic gets it in, and this game is tied 2-2. Crispin crossing half court. Has a couple of gentlemen open. Here goes Crispin getting a nice screen from Rue. Passes it out. Stranahan, 3, no good. Rue dives in to try to get a rebound. Rue again working through the motions of this early sector of the game. As like we said, we are tied 2-2. 1 basket per side here in the very early going. Triton found room, and a right-handed, one-handed floater by the sophomore Morris gives the Mustangs their first lead, 4-2. I mean, the thing about Elijah Crispin is that he's able to work outside, he's able to work inside, and he can shoot the ball from very deep. We saw that in a couple of his junior games last year. He seems a little bit hesitant to shoot from far out this year. No good. Peterson moving in. Crispin has room. Stranahan fouled, and it rattles in for a bonus and 1. Aiden Stranahan at the stripe for the Panthers. Stranahan knocked down a 3-point shot and had 7 points, 5 boards versus the Red Raiders on Friday. Pitman opens up their new year with 1 home game and 4 straight road games to follow. They play Clayton on the 3rd, then they are away at Salem, Pennsgrove, Gloucester Catholic, and Salem Tech. So 3 of their next 5 games are in Salem County. And then they have 3 home games in a row after that. 3 ball bounces out after a promising shot by number 24 for the Mustangs. That being Joel Alvarez. That one falls. 3 ball for the Panthers. And it is now 8-4, 3 minutes into this 32-minute contest. Taylon Walsh, who had a good performance again versus the Buccaneers of Caravel on Friday in a 72-69 win. That ball gets rattled away. Baker looks for space. Morris has room. No good. Rebound by number 10. That would be Fizzacaro. Walsh, second best on the team last weekend with 16 points, 6 boards, 8 assists. A very admirable performance from the senior. He was just behind the sophomore Jalen Morris as that three also rattles out. Rue rips down a rebound and fires the pass into the ground for Elijah Crispin to receive. Crispin pulls up from the top of the key. Now moving inside beyond the semicircle to the lane. He gets fouled. That'll be the second team foul against Triton. Jalen Morris had 18, 4, and 4, along with 3 steals. Elijah Crispin goes to the line to shoot 2, as he got denied going into the paint. First shot goes. As we said for Elijah Crispin this year, he became the first junior in a long time for Pitman to reach 1,000. On that 1,000-point mark for the Crispin family, Joe Crispin, who spent 2 years in the NBA with the Lakers and Suns in thousands. And then John Crispin, who is a gentleman I had the pleasure of meeting back in October at the Rowan University Pizza with the Pros program. Had a great presentation and a great speech. And he is now a college basketball analyst for ESPN. And he does an excellent job with it at that. That goes into the corner for Greg Peterson. As we said, picked up first quarter. And that whistle will blow the play dead. Elijah Crispin, the 5'11" senior, 575 points in his junior year. He also had 200 assists, which was good for best among all public school athletes, except for one, Malik Kelly, who he played against in the Group 1 final, the sectional Group 1 final, against Kip Cooper. With that being said, we're going to take a quick timeout. So will the teams as Triton burns their first. It is 10-4. We'll be right back. Not to be outdone, I should mention that Elijah Crispin is the 4th member of the Crispin family to achieve 1,000 points. Class of 2013, Carly Crispin also achieved 1,000, as you see in the girls' basketball banner as well, along with Joe and John. And Elijah's name has not been added yet, I should say. He picked it up versus Salem in January of last year, a game that was very contentious, but Pitman won by about 10 points. Crispin gets denied, and a whistle is blown. Well, Triton's already been hit with their 3rd foul of the quarter, and now they get hit with their 4th. So a very lopsided fouling first frame, and Elijah Crispin for the 2nd time will go to the line as Triton hangs in the balance with 1 foul away from a bonus. He hits his first. Like we said, Malik Kelly and Elijah Crispin, there was one player from Union Catholic who had more assists, but out of all public school athletes, Malik Kelly and Elijah Crispin had the top 2 assists in the state for public schools. And in the entire state, they were 2nd and 3rd, which is still incredibly admirable. Malik Kelly had 203. Crispin had 200. He actually has more assists than he has rebounds. He has 318 career rebounds and 393 career assists. And that's what makes Elijah Crispin such a great ball player, is that not only is he able to score at will, he's also able to pass at will. He, you know, somebody looks at a guy who has 1,400 points as Stranahan misses from 3. Got another foul here. This one's against Pitman. But I think what people don't understand, or maybe do understand about Elijah Crispin, is that not only is he able to score at will, like he did versus Overbrook, where he got 39 and then 34 versus Wildwood and 27 versus Paulsboro. Not only is he able to score at will, he's also dishing it out to his teammates at a record pace. And the fact that you're able to do that is a very admirable thing, is that you're not a ball hog who's keeping it to himself just because you have a chance of going to a high-level university. Taylon Walsh, not the prettiest shot in the world, but it counts nonetheless from 3. And it is now 11-7, 4-point lead for the Panthers over the Mustangs. Crispin moves to the right side, guarded by Morris. He gets an amazing screen from Rue, heading towards the baseline. Now it's Stranahan who catches the pass from beyond. It goes back out to Crispin, creating too much space for number 3. Now he goes inside again, off the right hand. It's short, and that's going to be another one against Pitman. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pets happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. Oh, did they call a technical foul there? I must have missed something because I think that was a technical foul against Hudson Rue or something. Because those were 2 uncontested shots from Talon Walsh. He made one, missed the second. And it's now a 3-point game. Goes to Morris off the inbound from Talon Walsh. Morris feeds it back out into the corner. Finding space, no good. Rue hucks down the rebound. After the 3 by Mike Rivero, one of the team's leading scorers returning from last year. Peterson out to Crispin. He's got a man open, but doesn't matter. A reverse with the right hand, and it's now 13-8 with under 90 seconds to play in the first frame of 4. Rivero, no good, off the mark. Crispin driving. Did the shot count? It's against Alvarez. Joel Alvarez Oliveras, the sophomore. That does give Pitman the bonus. And for the 3rd time, it sends Elijah Crispin to the line. I mean, sometimes I see players scoring 30 and they have like 12 or 13 free throws. Usually that doesn't happen with Elijah Crispin. We saw it once last week versus Gateway and Clayton, where Princeton Sacker had a game of his life, 31 points and 23 rebounds. But 15 of his points were from the charity stripe. 15-8, 7-point lead for Elijah Crispin. Sorry, 15-8 lead for Pitman over Triton. Elijah Crispin leading the way. Ball gets knocked out from Walsh, creating some pressure from Aiden Stranahan, a baseball commit to Camden County College. Leaving a man open, missed the 3. And now this will go back down the floor for number 3, Crispin. Moving inside from the right hand, and good. Banks it off the window. And Pitman possessing their largest lead at any juncture, 17-8. Walsh moves in, feeds the pass out to Rivero, keeping the ball in play, and a foul is going to be against Fizzacaro. Ron Myers pacing up and down the floor here. This is going to be inbounded by Alvarez, who has 28 points, 16 rebounds in his first full season. Scored 10 points in a 21-point win for Triton over Cumberland, in Cumberland, back on December the 20th, last Friday night, or I should say 2 Fridays ago. 8 seconds to play. Triton taking their time. Walsh, 3 seconds, going up, off the front of the rim. Some hard contact at the end of the quarter. Hudson Rue getting into it with Israel Funches, and that will end the first quarter. Triton held to 8. Elijah Crispin leading the way on offense in the first frame. We'll be right back. 17-8. Pitman over Triton. Entering the second quarter here at Pitman, this broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Some of these players on the floor are freshmen and sophomores, and you know what? They're going to have to get their state permit somehow, some way, and a great way to do it is Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey state driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Suite E of the Total Turf Complex in Pitman, right off of Lambs Road. Alvarez from beyond the three-point land trying to find a suitor, and it goes to Morris. Morris Sutter steps. Now it goes to number 30, who is not on our roster, unfortunately, for Triton. From the semicircle, no good. Second chance shot, and he gets the feet knocked out from under him. And the foul's going to go against the Panthers. Rivero checking back in for the Mustangs. The junior guard, 19 points and 9 boards in his first full season this year. He has 2 games this year with 7 or more rebounds. Rue picks up the rebound, speaking of. Just 40 seconds into the second quarter. Pitman up by 9, their biggest lead at any point tonight. Crispin off the front of the rim. Now Walsh bringing this one up the floor for the Mustangs. He picks that one up, and Crispin gets another rebound. He's got Stranahan in the corner from his backside, feeds it out to Fizzacaro. Now Crispin moving in with the speed and lays it in with the right hand. 19-8 now. Morris pulls up from the right wing. Goes to Rivero. Back to Morris, the sophomore. Morris again guarded deeply by Crispin. That shot no good. Off the mark. And Crispin taking his time there to bring this one up the floor. Rue. Back to his friend Crispin. Moving in. And he got fouled. That's a hard hit. Crispin rolling over there. He appears to be okay. Saw that with Mike Sheehan earlier for Caravelle, where he hit his head on the floor. And Crispin seems to be a little bit banged up against the wall. And you wonder here if Ron Myers is going to consider subbing him out. But he seems to be, I mean, he's walking okay. I just think might have gotten the wind knocked out of him. Can't assume too much, but after the foul, a visibly, I guess you could say visibly shaken Elijah Crispin knocks the first free throw down. Second shot off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by Rue. Ball gets swiped away by Morris. And it's out of bounds. Not sure who got the ball there. Will be Triton ball. Wait, no? Yes? No? Maybe so? No, Pitman ball. The signaling was a little bit confusing. Feeds it to Peterson. Back to Crispin off the inbound. 3 ball. No good. That one went through his legs, out of bounds. Just an unlucky sequence there. But it is a 12-point lead for Pitman, 20-8. Triton has not scored yet in this quarter. This one's to Fizzacaro, back to Stranahan. Oh, look out. Guarded from behind, scramble. Ball comes out, pops out into the corner. Rue fires back to Fizzacaro. Fizzacaro from the semicircle, fires it from the elbow. Rue somehow gets a pass off, and the shot rolls out. Maybe an inch or two too long. And now it's back to Morris. Steps back to Walsh, near Coach Myers. Morris rolling over with the right hand. Now it's back for three. Rattles out. Rebound, Rue. Pitman right now seems to be first on those rebounds, both offensively and defensively, which is why they have the score that they do. I mean, Triton's been missing shots, but we've seen in their first round game that they have been able to really effectively pick up offensive rebounds. This game seems to be a stark contrast from that. Crispin gets fouled, and he gets an and one. Elijah Crispin, for the 5th time tonight, is at the free throw line. I mean, they're giving the ball to him so much, and he keeps getting fouled on his way up. I haven't really seen anything like it. It's almost like Joel Embiid at the free throw line. He's just doing it so much. 3-ball falls for Rivero, and Triton has scored in the second quarter. Crispin immediately gets it back. Underhand pass into the corner. Fizicaro too long. Rebound by 30. Morris taking his time. Guarded with room. Now Walsh. Wide open three. Unable to get it. Walsh trying to swipe in with the left hand for the rebound or for the steal. The pass gets heaved across the floor back to Peterson. Crispin back at the volleyball line. Trying to move in. And lays it in with the right hand. We'll have to get halftime stats from them because this is incredible what we're seeing. I mean, I'm not trying to be an apologist or anything like that, but, I mean, you just got to game-recognize game, basically. That shot is airballed, and the student section across the way replies accordingly. Canizes calls a timeout with the ball in his hands. He burns his second of the game. He has 3 remaining. Pitman up by 14 here with 3:38 left in the second. It's 25-11. We'll be right back. Taylin Walsh inbounds with 3:37 left in the first half. Pitman up by 14 here in the championship game for the Pitman Holiday Tournament. You're watching coverage of Tri-County Conference basketball as Mike Rivero drills the three. He has 6 points in this quarter. Rue looks for a man to inbound to, and the answer is Fizicaro. Fizicaro has room as the Mustangs and Panthers regroup on offense. Fizicaro has room with a screen from Rue. Rue gets the ball back into his hands. It goes back to Fizicaro. Stranahan in the corner. That's a air ball. High pass across the floor. Walsh catch and shoot. Rattles out. 30 try to get a rebound, and now a foul is called. But as we were saying, you're watching coverage of Tri-County Conference basketball here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, LLC. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. We're also looking for small business owners to advertise with us at DWB. All funds go towards my college fund. I'm a freshman at Rowan College of South Jersey, right up the road in Sewell. And I'll be even closer to Pitman in Glassboro in 2 years' time. But if you have an advertising inquiry and you wish to get your business in the name of the game in front of 75,000 plus annual viewers on YouTube, send us an email at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That link is in the description of this video for more information to get your business in the advertising game here in South Jersey Athletics. Rue's 3-ball goes. Took a couple hops to get it in, and Pitman, after a bit of a scoring lull, if you will, gets back into it. Morris catches the pass. Feeds it back out for Rivero in the corner, who has 6 points in this quarter. The student section clapping it up with under 2 minutes to play in the half. Bounce pass. 3 ball. Walsh racks it in. All of Triton's points in the second quarter have come from distance. As Crispin, right hand, too short, offensive rebound. Rue, I believe, gets fouled. Like we said, Rue has to be a little bit careful since he is sitting on a technical foul from the first quarter. This is going to be inbounded by Mike Fizzacaro. Feeds it back out. Peterson, 3, no good, off the mark. Off the front of the rim and then off the center of the window. 30 seconds to play and counting in the first half. It is Pitman 28 and Triton 17, an 11-point lead. Mustangs had a man open. Now it is Baker, guarded by Crispin. Setting a good screen there. Pump fakes with Rue on defense. Back to the top of the key. 3 ball. Alvarez knocks it down. 8-point game as Pitman starting to get rattled a little bit. Feeds it into the corner. Ball almost got knocked away. Now it is Fizzacaro. He got fouled. Morris flying through some very noticeable contact with his shooting hand, Fizzacaro. And that will be a lucky break for Pitman in what has been a bit of a scoring lull, and Triton's on a 6-0 run. Mike Fizzacaro will go to the line for not 1, not 2, but 3. He makes his first. Second one is good. And he is 3 of 3. Ron Myers calls a timeout, and so will we. 47 seconds left in the first half. 31-20 as Fizzacaro knocks down all 3 from the charity stripe. (31-20), just a hair over 45 seconds left in the first half. This broadcast is brought to you by the Rowan College of South Jersey Roadrunners Athletic Department. Perennial winners on the floor and also in the classroom. Prospective athletes who wish to join the Roadrunners for the 2025-26 academic year, visit the RC Roadrunners website at rcroadrunners.com and fill out the prospective athlete form for the next school year. You can also follow them on social media at RC Roadrunners on all available platforms. Feeding it to Rivero, bounce pass into the corner. It's another one from Alvarez. 6 points for Rivero, 6 points for Alvarez, and this lead has been cut to 8 once again. 30 seconds as Crispin crosses the half-court stripe. It's Fizzacaro, fakes it. Crispin, no good. Rue had a couple hands on it. Makes Crispin miss here with Walsh. Now it's in the corner again. Moving inside, nice moves. As that should end the half. Pitman's going to have time for one more. Half-court heave. Oh, it looked good from our angle, but the half ends. And I think Ron Myers might not be too happy with the fact that he shot it with 3 seconds left. But either way, Triton trails at the break. It's 31-25, a 6-point lead for the Panthers. We've got a 10-minute break on the way. Stay tuned for more, including our DWB Archives collection, which showcases the best of the best in the history of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Dan Wilkins, Ben Nicholas, and Vincent Vogt. It's 31-25 at the end of the first half. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Two minutes remaining. 4 fouls on St. Joe's. One more and it's a bonus, which would greatly help Gloucester Catholic. The moving three, good! It's a 1-point game just like that! This place is going nuts! And now a drive to the basket by Spross. He lays it up and lays it in! St. Joe's has 2 timeouts remaining. Gloucester Catholic still has 3. Here we go. Mascaro pulls up. He goes to 3. 6 points. Jack Mascaro has tied the game with 90 seconds remaining. How will the Wildcats respond with a miss of It will be inbounded by Pat Monahan. Oh, the ball gets away. Who's going to have it? GCIT will hang on to the possession. It goes to Stanwood. Stanwood inside. They'll get the shot off. It's good! Unbelievable! Gloucester calls the timeout, but will they get it? Unbelievable! Unbelievable! A double contest shot from Hellman! Wow. Ryan James wanted the timeout, but did they get it in time?
BB and Copsetta trading a couple looks. They know what's going on. Full count. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons in the Ralph Shaw Classic. classic 26th annual. They are back on top for the first.
It will be inbounded by Pat Monahan. Oh, the ball gets away. Who's going to have it? GCI. He's donning the number 34 and the shortstop for this one. First pitch. There's a line drive into center field. That one is going to drop it. It's going to go to the outfield wall. One run will score. Spence is going to make a huge arc around third. She will score to make it 3-0. And here comes the runner to score. It's an inside the park home run for Ella Hayes to make it a 4-0 game, a 3-run inside the Parker to the 2.
Welcome back to the second half here from Pitman High School and Rob Waddell Gym. It's been Pitman all day, but the scoreboard doesn't really reflect that. It's a 6-point game. You really can go either way at this point, but I think what Triton is struggling with here is the rebounding, and they've gotten themselves into foul trouble. They've sent Elijah Crispin to the free throw line 5 times. 5 times. You can't do that in a half, especially with Pitman's best player. And I think that the way that Triton's working right now, they're getting back into the game, but they're just shooting open threes. Once Pitman figures that out, you have to go to a new strategy because that's not going to last the entire game. They got lucky with some open shots late in the second quarter, and that's why they're down by 6 instead of by 12 or 13. But if Pitman's going to keep driving to the lane and working through heavily contested shots to get the shots off in traffic, well, it's just not going to be easy. But Triton is going to have to find a way to balance between shooting from 3 and shooting from 2 because they have some big guys that they can move inside like that. But that's never a guarantee. Pitman's defense is always one step ahead in this game so far. So if they figure something out, then it's game over. Not exactly game over. I should recant that. it's not game over, but Triton is going to have to stay on their toes because Pitman's defense is going to figure them out, and then they got to go to a new strategy. They shot a whole bunch of open threes in the second quarter. Well, what's going to happen then? Then Pitman's going to start guarding the perimeter. If that changes, then Triton knows that they have a needle in a haystack, and they've got a right plan for that. But you never know. And that's why it's a 6-point game right now. It's right now Pitman just is controlling the offense, and they're doing so while also drawing some fouls. Let's turn our attention back to the center of the court as our quick and nimble camera fella, Ben Nicholas, helping us out. As Mike Fizzicaro will inbound Triton and Andrew Canizese breaks from the huddle. And we enter the third quarter of this game between the Mustangs and the Panthers. First possession of the third. Fizzicaro lets it fall from the other rim, and it is 33-25. Walsh bounce pass to Morris. And a walk will be called against Kassir Baker. That is correct. You cannot travel. The student section is very much technically correct. I'll give them that. Wow, Crispin is able to stay in it. 5-on-4 and a foul. Kassir Baker not happy there. Trying to plead his case. They're going to switch sides on the free throw line. And for him, that's his third foul, so he is starting to get into those dangerous foul territories. Crispin, for the 6th time tonight, is at the free throw line. He has hit all 6 of his first shots. I mean, this is one of those situations where you look at the scorecard and half of his points might come from the charity stripe. That one's good. 35-25. Triton is still scoreless. Well, I mean, not still scoreless. We're only 40 seconds into the third quarter, but Taylon Walsh feeds it in. Now back out into the corner. Alvarez, no good. Rebound Crispin as he strips it away. 3. Got it. Elijah Crispin knocks it down from downtown. And that one goes for Triton. Mano-a-mano from beyond the arc. That ball is intercepted by Alvarez, bringing this one down the floor. He's got an open man, but instead he is fouled. And Alvarez, with a man open in the corner, did not see him. Tried to go for a little bit of a skyhook there, but that will bring Joel Alvarez Olivares to the line. One foul each here in the early going in the third quarter. Alvarez makes his first. Don't forget, Dan Wilkins Broadcasting opens up the new year with an Olympic Conference game between the Bishop Eustis Crusaders and the Cherokee Chiefs at 6:30 p.m. on January 2nd. And then we've got non-league action on January 4th between the Collingswood Panthers and the Pennsauken Indians, 11 a.m. start time. Hudson Rue has been setting some great screens on offense tonight. That's kind of his job here. He's not going to be the leading scorer on the team as Stranahan rattles it in. He's not going to be the leading scorer of the team, but what he will be is he will try to set the best situations up for his teammates whenever possible. And that's exactly what we've seen here from him. He's set up some great screens, either whether it's helping out Fizzicaro, Peterson. We've got a jump ball. That might have been the that might have been the softest jump ball I've ever seen. They were just hanging on to it, and he's just like looking over. He's like, there we go. A high pass to Morris. Bounce pass to Alvarez from the elbow. Feeds it out into the corner for 3. Got it! Mike Rivero drills another. He has shot 4 from beyond the arc. And Triton makes it a touchdown and a PAT. Made a man really miss there. Jalen Morris doing jumping jacks in the paint. Rue to Crispin. Good! He drills it from Cedar Ave, and that makes it a 43-33 game. Now another steal. Stranahan loses it, hangs on. And he's able to get it. Stranahan passes to Crispin, and it's no good. I think Crispin shot that last one from Lambs Road. Still a 10-point game. Fizzacaro. So that was a lot similar to what we saw last year from Crispin. He just chucked up a whole bunch of deep threes from wherever. Now another feed into the corner. Fizzacaro, 3! Mike Fizzacaro drives another one to make it a 13-point game. Pitman's biggest lead of the day. The bench and the student section in tow, clapping it up in synchronicity. That is a foul. Ron Myers not happy with the call there. The thing about Ron Myers is that he is one of the most fervent head coaches when it comes to backing up his players and when it comes to defending his players. If his player is in the wrong, he'll say that. But if he knows that his player was not in the wrong, he will defend it to his wit's end. Jalen Morris hits it. 46-34, a huge heave down the floor, creating space. Fizzacaro, the Alvarez did not go up with him. The shot is missed, and now Triton has another possession. Moving through, splitting the gap, rebound, Peterson. Again, another fast possession here as Peterson goes to Rue, goes back to Crispin from the top of the key, moves inside, passes to Stranahan. That one misses as it rolls off the top right sector of the rim. This one again goes into the corner for Alvarez Olivares. He shoots it up from 3, off the mark. Rebound, Peterson, rather Fizzacaro. Midway through the third quarter, Peterson taking, I keep saying Peterson, it's Fizzacaro. Now it's Crispin, heavily guarded. One-handed pass with the right hand. Back from Rue to Peterson. Crispin, far out, moving in. 3, bang! Elijah Crispin again goes from downtown. Like we said, this is a lot more relevant to what Elijah Crispin was in his sophomore and junior years. He's chucking up a lot of threes. He wants to extend that lead to as large as possible, and sometimes he takes those dangerous shots from outside. Another one! Mike Fizzacaro. Timeout, Triton. And Pitman on a huge run from downtown. They've been chucking up threes from Haggerty's. And it's 52-34. We'll be right back. Whew. Pitman's on a roll, 52-34. An 18-point lead, again extending Pitman's largest lead of the night. A handful of three-point shots from Elijah Crispin and from Mike Fizzacaro. Like I said, they've been hitting them from deep, and I'm surprised about it. and a travel will be called. Shot missed. Taylor Walsh brings this up the floor for the Mustangs. Guarded by Peterson. Walsh spins, fires to Baker. He gets it from mid-range, no good. And Rue, aggressive rebound, and a foul is called. High pass to Fisicaro, feeds it inside. Stranahan, no good. It's like there's a pane of glass over the rim. By the way, final and more Tri-County action. This is big for the Tri-County Classic Division. That's a three from Walsh. Overbrook beat Gloucester Catholic 55-37. Jack Mastero was held to 13 points for the Rams. Zaire Green had 21 for the Overbrook Rams. That one rattles in for the Panthers. Bounce pass again. Baker, foul and one. Kassir Baker at the line for Triton. 54-39. That one rattles out on the bonus shot. Both teams pretty moderate on the fouls in the final 100 seconds of the third quarter. It's Crispin. One-handed fire. Rue in the corner. Air ball. Walsh. Baker standing in the semicircle, now backing out. This one goes to Triton's number 3, Noah Karwowski. Baker. He has it. Driving with the left hand, a bit of an unorthodox shot, but it counts nonetheless. And it's now a 13-point game again. Triton 41 and Pitman 54. Into the corner. No good. Foul on Triton. I mean, the thing about Pitman is that they are a very small team. Of course, last year they had Stephen Devaney and Sonny Myers, son of the head coach Ron Myers. But even then, their forward/centers were only 6'4" at the tallest. So that lack of size, I mean, they're just like a whole bunch of little ants marching out there. You know, they don't have the typical size that most South Jersey schools do in that front court. So it's interesting to see them play with this style of offense. Nice pass from Crispin to Stranahan. 56-41 at the tail end of the third quarter, 15 seconds remaining. Walsh, bounce pass gets deflected off of Stranahan's knee. One more possession for the Panthers. It's Peterson over in the corner for Crispin. He hugs the baseline, and they say that he went out of bounds. 7.5 seconds left in the third. 56-41, 15-point lead. Crispin, double inbound. Leaves Rue open. 5 seconds left. Back into the corner. Crispin pump fakes. Now he's again towards the baseline. Feeds it out with 1 second to spare. Greg Peterson from downtown. And he brings the Panthers into a frenzy with a buzzer beater. Think he got that shot off with maybe a half second left, if that. We'll be right back. Pitman 59, Triton 41. with one more 8-quarter frame to play. I'm sorry, one more 8-minute frame to play. We are entering the 4th quarter of play here from Triton. I'm sorry, from Pitman. Triton is about 15 minutes up the road, 59-41. A buzzer-beating 3 from the corner by the Panthers is the one that seals it in the 3rd, but Triton will need a big quarter to take away the championship from the home Pitman Panthers. Here's Crispin, bringing it up the floor for the first possession of the 4th. Fizzacaro bounces to Crispin, passes it inside. Rue back to Stranahan, who bobbles it. It's into the corner for Peterson, again for 3 off the front of the rim. He gets an offensive rebound. Stranahan left wide open. Like there's a force field around Aiden Stranahan in the paint. He gets it, and it's a 20-point lead. Alvarez moving to the right. Now it's back to Walsh. 3 off the mark. Rebound Peterson. He beats out Morris and now stops. Crispin, again, a one-handed firing pass to the left side. Now it's back to Crispin, top of the key, 3 off the front of the rim. Rue grabs the rebound. Another one. That's good! Fizzacaro from 3, and Canizese calls a timeout. He only has 1 remaining, and we are just 49 seconds into the 1st quarter. 51 seconds into the 4th quarter. 64-41, Pitman with their biggest lead by far, 23 points. We'll be right back. .709 left in the 4th. I'm Dan Wilkins here with Vincent Vogt on the production and Ben Nicholas controlling the camera here this evening. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and wish you all a merry and prosperous new year in the year 2025 as that one rattles out of the hands and goes back into Crispin for another turnover for the Mustangs, being guarded from behind. Bounce pass behind the back and a foul. As that will be the first foul of the 4th quarter. It gets called against the Mustangs as Rue is going to bring this one in. Passes it over to Crispin. Fires it into the corner. Peterson fakes, back to Rue. Rue has time. He's a pitcher for a reason. You see that pass? Bounce pass, behind the back. Oh! Behind the back pass with lessons learned from the Euro League. How about it? 67-41, Triton air balls. Much to the enjoyment of the student section here in Pitman. Crispin fires again across the floor. I mean, this is just poetry in motion right here. Stranahan rattles it in. This is close to a 30-point game. It's a 28-point lead. And it's not that cold. You don't need to start the buses this early. It's not 20 degrees outside. Oh, another air ball. Here we go. Rue to Crispin. That's going to be called on Pitman, their first foul of the quarter. This broadcast is brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Wrestling. Dog Pro Wrestling provides high-flying action and earth-shattering performances from the best pro wrestling organization in New Jersey. For ticketing and more information on future events, visit dawg.prowrestling.com. Foul is called on Pitman as Triton gets fouled in motion on the way up. 5:20 left in the fourth, 69-41, a 28-point lead as Kassir Baker heads to the charity stripe for two. His first shot, no good. Second shot misses. I mean, that is not what Triton needed. They've got 5 minutes to basically turn around their entire offense, and in a situation like that, you don't want that situation to be apparent. Shot rolls in for Crispin. They are now at a 30-point lead, 71-41. Fizzicaro keeps it in, and Rue feeds it to Crispin on the handoff. Crispin makes a man miss. Right hand layup, foul and one. And Elijah Crispin, you might want to put a tally up on the scoreboard of the fact that this is his 7th trip to the free throw line, and we still have 5 minutes to play. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a player get fouled this much. Pitman hanging out on the other side of the floor. He makes his bonus. I mean, we'll just have to see how many he has at the end of the night. He's played a great game. Walsh to Almarez. Almarez cuts to the right, guarded by Rue, and it falls. Joel Almarez makes the shot. Now Crispin brings this one back up the floor. Into the corner. A three for number 0. 0 to hero. And he makes that shot, as that is number 0, Oliver Spire. And the three ball falls for Triton as well. Oliver Spire on the floor here for Pitman. He just knocked down a three. Crispin again trying to fix the net. That's a little bit confusing. Walsh, 3, almost got fouled too. Crispin rebound, trying to rip the ball away. He does. It's Fizzicaro into the corner for Peterson. Makes a man miss. He's double guarded. Now bringing this back one near the Myers sideline. He rattles it in, and another layup for Pitman. As they are just running away with this one in the fourth quarter, using all of their energy that they had reserved to put this game on ice. Walsh feeds it into the corner for number 30. Fed to Almarez again, guarded by Peterson in the corner. Makes a couple of moves towards the baseline, spins it to Walsh. He's got room. Three ball, no good, rattles out. Crispin moves around Morris. Or rather, he moves past number 10 for the Mustangs, which would be, excuse me there, that would be Israel Funches. Greg Peterson gets a nice ovation as he checks out with 3 minutes left. You got to imagine, Crispin might get a standing ovation when he checks out of the game. By the chance of the student section, I believe it should be known that Parker DeChristopher is in the game. For the Mustangs, with a loss, they would fall to 2-3. They have not won or lost consecutive games this year. Fizzacaro checks out as well. They lost to Kingsway, beat Cumberland, lost to Haddon Township at the Jimmy V Showcase, and then beat Caravel 72-69. They trade off home and away games for basically the entire month of January. They're home to Delsey on the 3rd, away at Deptford, home to Audubon, away at Highland, and home to Timber Creek, and away at Cumberland before they have 3 home games in a row versus Washington Township, Cape May Tech, and Lindenwald. Lozowski. Oh, that one is stiffed out. 30, passes to Alvarez, makes a man miss, and a foul. Looks like an offensive foul. And then for the Pitman Panthers, a win today and a championship win would bring them to 3-1 on the young campaign. 4-1 on the young campaign. As bringing this one up the floor is Lucas Razzie, number 12. Ball gets out of the hands of Spire, trying to keep it in, guarded heavily by Funches. Now he goes in. Spire off the right hand. Oh, so close. You could hear the anticipation from the home crowd. Triton has it. Moving to the left side. Passes to 30. Trying to find an answer here. Goes out of the hands of Funches. He keeps that one in. 3-ball. Alvarez. Got it. Last year for Pitman, in a year where they won 23 games, only lost 8, they also won last year's Pitman Classic over Gateway and over Nottingham. Elijah Crispin has checked out of the game. The last time Pitman did not win their own Holiday Classic was 2 years ago with a win over Gateway and a loss to Nottingham. Again, Pitman would improve to 4-1 on the season with a win. They are home to Clayton on the 3rd, and then they have 4 straight road games: Salem, Pennsgrove, Gloucester Catholic, and Salem Tech. They are then at home for 3 more games versus Cinnaminson, Wildwood, and Shallock. I apologize, the 18th versus Cinnaminson. I don't know if that's a showcase game or if they just scheduled it really early because it's a 9 a.m. home game. Bright and early, we should say. 79-49, a 30-point game. As number 30 misses both free throws. This is brought up the floor by number 1, Dane Collum, also the football quarterback. The epitome of a Group 1 athlete right there, going back, almost touching the backcourt line. As this one is up, and good. 51 for Triton. They cross the bicentennial mark as we enter the final minute. .52 seconds. DeChristopher, 3. No good. Triton has also pulled most of their starters with the exception of Alvarez. Here's a deep 3 off the front of the rim. 30 seconds left, lobs it to Collum, and it goes. 81-51. .20 seconds left. As Alvarez moves it to the center. He's got room, feeds it back out for 3. Air ball. And that's kind of an exclamation point on the game and maybe a punctual mark. As one last sub for Triton in the last 7 seconds. It's number 4, LaRon Sims. Pitman will dribble this one out. And for the 2nd year in a row, the Pitman Panthers are Holiday Tournament champions on their home floor. A dominant 30-point win for the Panthers. They win this one 81-51 as the Panthers win on their home floor for the 2nd year in a row in the Holiday Classic. They beat Nottingham to win the tournament last year, and for the 3rd year in a row, they appear in the tournament's final. Triton falls by 30, and obviously player of the game has to be Elijah Crispin. I mean, he was incredible tonight, scoring from inside, outside, from the free throw line. He made 6 trips to the free throw line. Just did an amazing job out there, and now these guys are going to go home and celebrate and ring in the new year, and so will we. We did over 150 broadcasts this year. We broadcasted to over 75,000 people on YouTube. We doubled our Instagram followers this year, and overall, just an incredible year for Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. You know, I say that a little bit audaciously, if you will, for the fact that, you know, we've only been in business for 3 years. But, you know, I just think about the fact that this was the first year where I genuinely realized that Dan Wilkins Broadcasting is something that we can build off of and provide genuine long-term coverage for teams in South Jersey. You know, I think what made this year different from most is that this year was the first year where we started to build the genuine relationships with the schools. Pitman, Cherokee, Gloucester Catholic, Washington Township. You know, it was things where we were getting emails of, when will you be at X school next? You know, it was, people were genuinely getting excited about our coverage, and that's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. Congratulations to Elijah Crispin, by the way, tournament MVP. You know, before we sign off, just what a year. I mean, football was our most ambitious schedule yet. We covered some of the top teams in South Jersey. Basketball, we're still covering some of the top teams in South Jersey. We've got Bishop Eustace and Cherokee next week, or I should say on the 2nd. And then baseball's getting better and better. You know, that 2024 baseball schedule was great. It's going to get even better in 2025 now that I'm out of high school and I have a lot more time on my hands. You know, I really do appreciate the fact that all of you who tune in almost every day to the work that I do, it makes it worth it for me. Whether I'm making a profit from it in the end or not, you know, I plug my Venmo sometimes because sometimes I got to pay for dinner. And there's a lot that can be said about the people who watch Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. You know, I don't have a very fancy setup. I've got one camera, one laptop. We just invested a whole bunch of money into a soundboard and a headset this past month for Christmas. And, you know, it wouldn't be possible without some of our great sponsors, Garden State Pet Center, Harper Driving School, Dog Pro Wrestling, RCSJ Athletics, Vincent's Lawn Care, all of our entire great sponsors that we have. You know, and schools like Pitman, they keep wanting us back, and I think this is our 21st or 22nd time covering a Pitman game, and people love it. You know, I have a apartment down here in Pitman now for college, and people really seem to appreciate the work. People, you know, honk at me on the street sometimes when I'm ordering breakfast or whatever. So have it be known that the support is appreciated, that it does not go unnoticed, that I really do take every positive comment to heart. And I take every negative comment to heart, too. You know, it's something that I have to work on, and some, you know, maybe constructive criticism and stuff like that. But it makes me happy that I get to cover South Jersey athletics, you know, and I basically have to have somewhat of a dream job at 19 years old. And, you know, maybe I'll be looking back at this clip, at this rant of me talking in 5 to 10 years and think about, you know, where I could be. I could be in a major league booth by then, or I could be doing the same old thing. I have no idea where I'll be tomorrow, let alone in 5 years. So to make a long story short, I just wanted to say thank you for everything. You know, we have so many positive viewers that, you know, that come in, even if it's not their team that's watching. Sometimes, you know, they'll just come in to watch a nice game on a Saturday, that kind of thing. And it does not go unnoticed. You know, I look at the comments, I look at the likes, I look at the emails. It truly makes whatever my job is, whatever you want to call it, it makes it worth it at the end of the day. So, again, thank you all very much. I wish you all a prosperous new year. We'll be seeing Pitman again sometime in February. I think it's February 6th, I want to say. Can't count on that. However, let's make this quick. From our entire crew here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, my social media coordinators, Brandon DeKegerland and Anthony DePalma, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan, my camera operator who got here just in time, Ben Nicholas, my producer who's behind there somewhere, Vincent Vogt. Have a wonderful new year. If I didn't say it already, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and we will see you in 2025 in Marlton for Bishop Eustace and Cherokee. Have a good one, folks, and Happy New Year.